I kind of like this Miss P. Kind of like it. So I am her, Miss P. So yeah, I am here to do a get to know me, and I figured if I want to do a get to know me, I should try and do it in the most relaxed, most unserious way possible. And so I'm coming from work. As you know, I am working in retail as a beauty sales consultant in a pharmacy. So I pretty much what I do is to teach people about skincare, address people's skin concerns, whatever the skin concern is, be it eczema, be it pigmentation, be it blemishes, breakouts, the situation, and make the best of it, however difficult it is, So I've lived, man. I've lived KZN, Soweto, Northwest. I've lived a year in Cape Town. Little bit traveled, in the country and outside of the country. Born to a very loving, strict mother, and I guess part of that strictness is why I'm also a little bit on the strict side. I'm strict with who I am. I'm strict with who I want in my small circle. I'm strict with how I want to be treated. I'm strict with who I hang out with. I'm strict with really even with family. I'm strict about the way I'm treated. I'm strict about how I carry myself, my life, what I want, what I appreciate, what I don't appreciate. Why did I start a YouTube channel? You know what? This is, by the way, not the first time that I started a YouTube channel. I did start it sometime in the year 2020. It had always been on my mind, but this particular time when I had visited my grandmother, who was 84 at the time, I visited her, and she was a little bit, my grandmother had hardly been sick, with us growing up. She had a chronic illness, which was asthma, but she led a very good quality of life because she took care of herself, and she was an extremely intelligent woman. She could just tell you the biology textbook like it was the back of her hand. And then she also, so she knew about nutrition, she knew about, all sorts of supplements that you need to take, the type of foods that you need to eat. So she really was somebody that was taking care of herself. And she was just my first love. And so when I had that in mind, and I was visiting her, and it was around COVID, I thought to myself, you know what, why don't I just do this? It can be something that I can use for memories. It can be something that I can use, to preserve, because she had been starting to get sickly. She had been healthy, managing her asthma, taking care of herself, being a working woman. She was doing great, but then all of a sudden when she was 80 something, once she was 80, then all of a sudden she had high blood pressure, and then she was taking high blood pressure medication. And I think that the high blood pressure medication had certain side effects. on her body, because then she would swell up, her lip would swell up, sometimes her face would swell up. It was really, really difficult to see her like that. And so now she was on chronic medication. Then she had to every month go to hospital to get her prescribed meds or her chronic medication. So then when it was that time, it was lockdown, it was 2020, I just decided, no, let's sit down, let's do this interview, and my idea was that I was going to sit down with different people, and that's why I re-uploaded that video in my channel, because I felt like, what, this is to prove, that, this is something that I've always had a desire for, to interview people, mainly with the purpose of motivating and encouraging people that, no matter how old you are, or no matter where you are in life, no matter how many kids you have, no matter the obstacles you faced, you can always start afresh, and there's always anointing to start afresh, especially if you're somebody who is a believer. So we did that video with her. Little did I know that 2 months later she would have passed away. So I remember we did that video, I think it was in June, and then it was July, then August, she passed away. And I cannot even describe to you just what a bittersweet moment that was, because on one side I was like, Lord, thank you that I was able to do this video with her, and she had 2 months of life, so I'm so grateful that I got to do this video. But also at the same time now, just watching it, and they took some of the clips from that video, on the projector in the hall, in a church where the funeral was held, and there was she and I, having a conversation. They put music over it, but just seeing her, it was so hard. So I was just caught up between being grateful to have had that moment, to have had that privilege, but I was also in just turmoil. So I think that, time went on, and, at that time I was studying law. I'd gone back to school. Felt like, I want a little bit more out of life. I want better. I still want better, and I'm still pursuing better. And by God's grace, I am going to attain every single thing that I desire to. Like I said, then I was in school, and it was lockdown, there was a lot going on, so I really, really couldn't, get hold of people that I would try to interview. And, over time you get demotivated, you don't really have people around you. And I guess the channel kind of died a silent death. Then I completely deleted that channel, and sometime later I started to see that there was this rise of podcasts, especially being uploaded on YouTube, right? And I started to feel like, oh wow, I wonder what could have happened had I continued to pursue that, despite all of the obstacles that I felt were there, So it also was kind of like a question mark, to say, what if this is a sign that, you should not have stopped, and also now that you have stopped, you must continue. Then with that being said, then I realized that now I don't really have the best equipment. I don't have the best material, you know. I even have to rely on my headsets, you know, as a microphone, you know. And as time went on, you know, watching different channels, I realized that, you know, sometimes all you just need is an audacity. You know, sometimes you just need to do something, whether you have the equipment or not, you just need to do it. And you know, one day I was like, you know what, let me just do it. And I did it. I'm doing it. And this is the most growth that I've ever seen over a short space of time, when, you know, previously there was absolutely no growth whatsoever. So I just started posting stuff on this channel, you know, some shorts, some things that inspire me, and some things, you know, on, you know, that have to do like with my travels, if I've gone away for a particular thing, you know, and then some church stuff, you know, things that motivate me, things that inspire me, things that encourage me. I thought, no man, let me just do this regardless. And to my surprise, you know, then I started to see more views, I started to see more subscribers. And I felt like, oh, okay, maybe this is a sign to go ahead and do it, you know. Another thing was to kind of say, you know, no matter where you are in your life, you need to start where you are. You need to start with what you have. Even if you are in retail like me. But like I said, you know, because I'm such a person that walks with gratitude, that even when I'm tired, I'm just so grateful to be able to do that, because I get to meet all sorts of people. You know, you do have your down days, but, you know, you get to meet really amazing people. You meet, you know, good managers, you meet bad managers, and I've had my experiences where people are just unnecessarily cruel, unnecessarily mean, but I've had my moments where I've met kind people who just want to see things work well together, you know, for the sake of business. So I've experienced all of those things, and maybe I will share as well, you know, going forward. Yes, and then also is my faith, you know. I've experienced a lot of things, be it good, be it bad, and those are the things that I would like to also share. You know, maybe we might have something in common. Maybe you've gone through the same things that I've gone through, and you thought that your experience was one of its kind, but you'll find that there are so many people that have gone through that, and maybe also then find a reason to stand up, you know, and a reason to move on, a reason to dust yourself up. There's no reason to remain down. There's no reason to feel sorry for yourself. There's no reason to be a victim, you know. So yeah, that's just basically it. Yeah. I really hope, you know, this will be an interactive channel, you know. I hope that, you know, I don't offend anybody, and this is not being apologetic, but I'm just mentioning that I'm somebody that, you know, always refer to the Lord, you know, for everything that I go through, everything that I encounter. It's not that I'm super spiritual. It's just that, you know, there are moments where I underestimated the goodness of the Lord in my life. And when I would forget about him, he never forgot about me. So loss, joy, pain, betrayal, disappointment, difficulties, exhaustion, feeling like giving up, all of those things have made me to attribute being here and still breathing. It made me attribute it to the grace of God in my life and Jesus as my Lord and Savior. So yeah, that's just pretty much it. So I hope that you have a blessed Saturday. I'm going to continue unpacking my little groceries, and then I will pack my spinach. I'm going to pack my spinach, and then I'm going to make myself something to eat, and then I am going to watch something on TV, because when my daughter is here, she's the remote warrior. I'm gonna watch something on TV, relax a little bit, get something to eat, and then call it a day. Yeah, tomorrow I'm working again. It's a Sunday. I'm working. It is my weekend in. I'll be off the following weekend. So I'm working tomorrow, and it is a half day. So that's that. I hope you have a blessed day. Take care. Bye.